Hi, this is Coach John, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Ruy Lopez, probably the best opening in chess. A lot of things to cover. Today we're going to talk mainly about the more basic elements of the Lopez, some of the key ideas. So, pawn e4, pawn e5, knight f3, knight c6, and most of you know that this is the best move, bishop to b5 in the Lopez. So let's talk about some of the plans for white before we get into it, and plans for black. So first, white wants to develop with a purpose and initiative. And initiative means, like, kind of being the aggressor, going for the attack. And we want to create a threat on each move. And we see with this move, bishop c6, although maybe we might not take it immediately, this is a threat that we want to come to. So what's another thing? So put the pressure on the center. We want to attack in the center, like most openings. Middle game should be about gaining space, not just developing your pieces. And we'll get into that later with a different idea. Black, the best defense is a good offense sometimes. And we want to maybe attack as black and fight back, punch back. Attack the e4 pawn. That's a weakness in white's position sometimes, or a target, I should say. Develop your king side, get your king side going. Get castle before the center opens, and challenge white's control on the dark squares, which is kind of a more difficult term, but we'll get to that. So, all right, let's go back to the game here. So, pawn to b5. Let's talk about what black shouldn't do first. So black shouldn't play the move pawn d6, after which pawn to d4 opens up, and we pin the piece. And okay, black is okay, but this is, not the best move. Black doesn't lose immediately. Maybe they're going to play move bishop d7, but it's just not the way that I would play. Knight to f6, also kind of a trick, because it seems like a logical move, the two knights defense, but after castles, and if he goes a6 now, well, now we can take, and he can't come with this move, queen d4, trying to win back the pawn, because, of course, we have rook to e1 winning the queen. And we'll go back to that idea. So after bishop b5, pawn to a6, bishop to a4. Don't fall for this trick, which I was kind of alluding to here. Queen to d4 when you snatch that pawn too early, and now he gets to trade queens, and that's not good. That's not good at all. So after bishop to a4, knight to f6, castles, bishop to e7. What that does is that closes the file and develops a piece. Well, two good things for the opening. If you were to instead, after castles, play knight takes e4 as black, well, after rook e1, knight f6, maybe bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and we've opened up the center. It's kind of a dangerous opening. Maybe even rook takes, bishop to e3, e7, queen to e2. I mean, that's probably good too. But let's go back to it. So after bishop to e7, white plays rook to e1. Now black has to worry about this pawn on e5 because he's protecting it now with rook e1. So pawn to b5, attacking the queen, bishop b3, and d6, attacking the center. Or sorry, preparing to get the bishop out. c3, starting the attack. Now, the trick about this is that a normal move here would be knight to c3. But that's not the best, because after castles, white has a problem coming up with a plan. We know this from history. So after d4 takes, knight takes, queen takes, pawn to c5, queen to d1, and can you find the next move for black? Yes, of course, it's c4. So after c3, oftentimes black will castle, maybe play bishop g4. But okay, castles, pawn h3, typical move, knight to a5. This is very important. This tries to equalize the position for black. Black plays knight to a5. We go bishop c2 and pawn to c5. Now they're controlling the d4 square. We still want to play d4 and maybe queen to c7. And now we've developed our pieces. We've tried to fight against the center. And there's a lot to be said about this position. It's been played by all the world's best players at one point or another. It's kind of a foundation of chess. Even if you don't play the opening, which I recommend some of you do, I still want you to know this position. So, anyways, this is Coach John, and this is kind of the basic elements of the Ruy Lopez, and we'll see you soon.